Okay. My name is Benjamin Robinson, and I was diagnosed with autism probably my 8th grade year of before high school. And I've been asked to speak about what it's like to have autism. And my talk has 3 parts. First, I would tell you about my background, and then I would tell you about what it feels like to have autism, and then I would end by giving you some advice on how to treat people with autism. You can ask me questions after my talk. Part 1 is my background. My parents got divorced probably when I was 16 or 17. I lived mostly with my mom and some with my dad. I saw him on the weekend. They were only a couple blocks from each other, so it wasn't like I could never go see him. Both my parents were married. I have a big family, so I have like, my family consists of my mom, my father, my older sister, my brother, and 2 half-siblings from my dad who were married to my stepmom. My twin brother, Thomas, is autistic too. We're very close. We talk on the phone, talk privately, but don't really talk publicly to each other. My next thing is schooling. I didn't really know I had autism until 8th grade. My parents knew something was wrong, but didn't know what it was. I knew it was different from other children too, but I didn't know why. Back then, there wasn't a lot of known about autism. A lot of it was brain to mom, refrigerator mom, and all the other stuff. So I just went to regular elementary school and got help along the way in resource rooms and everything like that. I needed help with reading and speech and language. When I found out I had autism, it was an odd feeling. I didn't know what autism was. Nobody knew back then what it was. They kind of knew what it was. But at least I had a name for it, and I was different from other people. It gave me peace to have a name for it. The only way I found out about autism was like reading a medical journal. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But at the time, it was the only way I could find out. I know more than I ever wanted to know. I attended a program in public high school that was specifically for autistic students. This was much better for me. After high school, I went to college 2.5 miles away from home. The name of the college was Southwest Minnesota State University. Try saying that in one breath. I don't know. I was trying to see if I could actually do college. I didn't like the track I saw other people with autism going on. That was the job track. Training for jobs. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to have the same life experience as other people my age. Then I made some good friends at SMSU. I still have them, a lot of them that I still have today. I still talk to them, a lot of them. There were people there who could help me. I have been there over the 6 years and came to Autism College for about a year. I came to Autism because my mom, in high school here, my grandmother was born just actually down the road here. I wanted to come because I knew the religious community. Religion is something that is very important to me. It helps me as a person, but it also gives me a social network to help me with my autism. I met some Autism College professors and students at an assembly who encouraged me to come. I was the first autistic student ever to attend MSU and Autism College. I was a guinea pig for them. I was willing to do this because I thought it would help other autistic people in the future. Coming to Autism College changed my life. It was hard for me to leave my family, particularly my brother, but it was worth it because I made these lifelong friends my mom told me I would make. These people are the ones who support me in my life today. Today I live in John Oden's house on Alden Road. I have an apartment attached to their home. They have an autistic son named Benjamin too. I help them with their son sometimes. I work at a place called Whole Foods, which is in Jenkintown. I've been there about 6 years now, officially in the 12th. And I like helping customers. When I first started working there, they didn't know what to do with me, but now they trust and they expect me. I can do many different jobs. I can't drive a car, so a lot of different people from Banathan volunteer to drive me to and from work. This is one of the ways the Banathan community supports me. Part 2, what it feels like to have autism. First, I want to start out with the definition of autism, where there should be a handout. Let's give everybody about a minute to find it. And And in the handout here, in the handout it said, here's the definition of Autism Society by the Autism Society of America, the ASA. Autism is a complex developmental disability that typically appears during the first 3 years of life, and the result of a neurological disorder that affects normal functioning of the brain, impacting the development of areas of social interaction and communication skills. Both children and adults with autism typically show difficulty in verbal and nonverbal communication, social interaction, and visual or play activity. Autism affects more boys than girls. Nobody really knows why, but it's like 1 out of 3. It's like the big, huge number. And it grows every year. Yeah. I don't know why, but I find it really interesting. It's kind of something I will find out. Autism has a wide spectrum of abilities. I often have very good communication skills compared to a lot of people with autism. I rank high on the spectrum. I don't know what it is like to feel normal, how I feel is normal to me. I think I'm different than other people, but then when I actually talk to them, I find out I have the same problem they do. I've been told that autistic people feel things 10 times stronger than other people. My brain has a hard time picking up the clues of what other people are feeling. So it's always working hard to try to figure that out. This is just exhausting. For instance, if someone isn't smiling, I might think they're angry at me, even though they're not, even if they're not. I have trouble recognizing happy, sad, or angry. I can just tell if I'm feeling something strongly. I'm learning when it matters and doesn't matter to be aware of other people's feelings. Sometimes their feelings are just their problem, not mine. There are some advantages of being autistic. I think I'm very compassionate. I love to listen to other people. I've helped other autistic people just by listening to them, and this is very important to do. Sometimes I work with non-verbal autistic children. I think that they can communicate what they're feeling like everybody else, so they can do whatever they can to express themselves. Sometimes they yell, sometimes they bite, but this is the only way they express their feelings. My biggest challenge is I sometimes hide behind being autistic. I tell myself I cannot do something because I'm autistic, when I actually can. And that's a big point for me, that I don't think I do it, I'm autistic, but I taught myself all my life. So now, I don't teach myself that anymore. I don't have a filter system, so my brain that helps me from stressing about things that disturb me. I rely on other people and prayer to help me. I use a mantra that goes like this: 1 thing at a time, do it well, or leave this issue on the table, I don't need to think about it anymore. My prayers help me because I focus my prayers on other people. I mostly pray for other people I know, not myself. I pray mostly at night. Sometimes I say the names of the Lord over and over again. Part 3, how to treat a person with autism. I find it helpful if people speak slowly and are willing to explain things very thoroughly. For instance, my boss might tell me something that she doesn't, doesn't tell me where. For example, like say, go to get this, but don't tell me exactly where it is. Then I don't know what to do and I'm confused. It's hard for me to ask questions to get information I need. I'm getting better at this. The most important thing to know about autism is that there's a full spectrum. Each person has very different. Most people think every person in autism is a character like, character in the movie Rain Man. He isn't really a real character. He's not even real. He doesn't exist. He's a mantra of a lot of people with autism at one time. I got this advice from a friend who's in a wheelchair. I think it applies to a lot of people with autism too. I love this quote: "Don't treat us as if we're babies. Just treat us as normal people. If we are babies, we have to learn to rely on others and to not reach our full potential." Don't pity us, think that you know what we are like. Be open to seeing each person with autism as a unique individual. Thanks for listening to my talk here.